Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we're talking Bakuchiol. Now, Bakuchiol as an ingredient is often touted as being a gentle yet super effective alternative to retinol. It's claimed to give you all the great anti-aging benefits, but with none of the side effects such as redness, peeling, and irritation. It's growing in popularity, so much so that Allure magazine described it as the hottest skincare ingredient of 2022. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of information on the web about Bakuchiol itself, and I want to put that right today. I'm going to talk you through everything you need to know about this ingredient, from what is Bakuchiol, who it's most applicable for, how to layer it into your skincare routine, and of course the very best Bakuchiol serums on the market. I want you to sit back, relax, and let's talk all things Bakuchiol. Now, I know that introduction just sounded like a competition for how many times I could say Bakuchiol in a 30-second segment, so I'm going to keep this short, sharp, and to the point. But before I do cut the waffle and delve in, just the usual call to arms to say, if you haven't already, if you could please give this video a big thumbs up and a like. Honestly, it supports me and the channel so much, and whilst I don't actually measure my value and worth in life based on the number of likes I get, unfortunately YouTube still does. The more likes a video gets, the more widely it's published in the YouTube community. I want as many people as possible to understand Bakuchiol and the benefits it can bring for their own skincare routine. By giving the video a like, it's just one small way of helping me to achieve that. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. Now, it's time to cut the waffle and delve straight on in, and I want to start with, what is Bakuchiol? Well, it's a plant-based ingredient that a lot of people compare it to retinol. Whilst the mechanisms of action, how they achieve it, are very different, the outcomes that studies have shown you'll get from Bakuchiol are very similar to that of retinol. It'll increase the rate of cellular turnover, which is fantastic because unfortunately as we age, our skin's ability to renew itself and turn over does diminish like that. So by including a Bakuchiol or a retinol in your skincare routine, just helps to dial up the rate of cellular turnover, which can help to minimize the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, but also tackle hyperpigmentation, discoloration, and dark spots. It'll also keep the skin feeling soft and smooth, which honestly has to be a good thing. Also, Bakuchiol is proven to increase the rate of collagen production in the skin. This is fantastic again for that anti-aging aspect to your skincare routine, because as our age profile of our skin increases, the body's natural ability to produce collagen again goes like that. That can lead to a loss of firmness and elasticity. So by including a Bakuchiol or a retinoid in your skincare routine, just boost up the rate of collagen production. It can help bring back some of that firmness and elasticity that we all crave. I've used Bakuchiol successfully in my own skincare routine over the past 2 or 3 years, and while some people will call it the natural alternative to retinol, I don't really like that distinction, because whilst Bakuchiol is plant-based, there's nothing unnatural about retinoids, which are vitamin A derivatives, so I tend to stay away from that classification, because honestly, it's all about using what works best for your skin. There are people out there that say whilst retinoids have been studied for decades and how they interact with the skin is well understood, the same can't be said for Bakuchiol. This just isn't the case. There's been lots of studies done into Bakuchiol and how effective it is on the skin, and I've linked some of my favourites in the description box below if you do want to read them for yourself. What these studies show that if you use Bakuchiol twice a day in a similar concentration to retinoids, you will get a very similar outcome. The mechanism of action is very different, and that's something we will come on to later in the video, but the outcomes we'll get from our skin in terms of increasing cellular turnover, anti-aging, boosting collagen and elastin are very similar. I guess in this section of the video I should come on to my own experiences with Bakuchiol, because while studies will say one thing, actual real world experiences of how the products interact on skin I think can be just as valuable. I used Bakuchiol on and off in my routine for the past 2 or 3 years, and I got really good results. When I used it consistently, I definitely noticed my skin felt softer and smoother. I definitely noticed some more firmness and elasticity, and my hyperpigmentation was definitely diminished. I honestly can say I got very similar results from Bakuchiol as to what I got from my traditional retinoids. However, I decided that actually I was going to stick to the traditional vitamin A derivatives, and the reason for that is my skin isn't prone to any sensitivity. It's reasonably robust and resilient, and I think with retinoids you get a quicker result, and overall if I was going to do a like-by-like comparison, I think the anti-aging benefits of retinoids in the traditional way were just a little bit stronger than on Bakuchiol. However, that's not to say that Bakuchiol isn't fantastic. I think there's certain situations where honestly it could be game-changing for your skincare routine. First and foremost, if you can't tolerate traditional retinoids, if you've tried but honestly the redness, the peeling, the irritation is just too much for your skin is too sensitive to handle them, then honestly a Bakuchiol could be a fantastic alternative. You'll definitely get some really great results in terms of anti-aging, but I got zero redness, peeling or side effects from using a Bakuchiol. That was a wildly different experience to what I got from retinoids. So definitely if you're in that category, I think reach for a Bakuchiol Bakuchiol, it could pay so many great dividends in your routine. Also, I think if you're new to retinoids and you're looking to introduce them gradually, then doing so alongside a bakuchiol could be a really great way of still getting a little extra bang for your buck. Let me explain it in a little bit more detail. So I tend to reach for adapalene, which is a prescription strength retinoid, which helps to fight acne as well as providing anti-aging benefits. It's too potent for me to use on the skin every single night. I just get too much irritation. So I tend to use it every other night for maximum results. I could actually, on those retinoid off nights, use a bakuchiol, because that'll just mean I'm still getting that great anti-aging benefit, but used alongside retinoids, it won't increase the amount of redness, peeling, and sensitivity, meaning it's a really, really great option. If you're introducing your retinoid gradually, maybe starting once a week, then moving up to twice, 3 times a week, doing so alongside a bakuchiol means that you can still get those really quick results from it, but you won't dial up the rate of sensitivity. It's definitely situational, and it'll work better for different situations and different skin types, but I definitely think bakuchiol deserves a little bit more praise than what it's currently getting. Now, you've probably worked out whether bakuchiol is right or wrong for your own skincare routine, so we now need to come on to how to use it effectively and layer it into an existing routine. Well, first and foremost, you need to make sure that you're using it twice a day. This is significantly different to retinoids, which you'd use once a day in the evening. All of the studies that have compared and contrasted bakuchiol and retinoids and concluded that they're equally as effective have done so when applying bakuchiol twice a day. It's super gentle, so by using it more frequently, you won't get any extra redness, peeling, or sensitivity, but you do need to be mindful of that and kind of reset your habit. They're not exactly the same. Like I said, the mechanism of action is very different, so definitely use your bakuchiol twice a day, whereas use your retinoids once a day. Because it's super gentle, you can actually use it alongside all of your other active ingredients without too much worry. I would just focus down on the formulation that you've reached for. If it's an oil-based bakuchiol, use it after your water-based serums. If it's a moisturizer, use it at the end of your skincare routine. Just be mindful of the formulation it sits in, and that'll tell you where to place it in your skincare routine. Now I want to come on to the final section of the video, which I think is the bit we've all been waiting for, which is the very best Bakuchiol serums on the market. Well, my absolute favourite is this. This is the Boots Ingredients Bakuchiol. Super inexpensive for a mid-strength Bakuchiol serum. I think it comes in at like £5 here in the UK. I absolutely love it. In fact, I love the Boots Ingredients range full stop. This goes on as a beautiful watery serum. So whilst a lot of them can be a little bit on the thicker side, this isn't, and it blends beautifully into the skin. It layers well with the rest of my skincare. There's no prickling, sensitivity, or irritation, and I think it gives a nice additional level of hydration because it's got some humectants in here as well. The only thing I will caution is the pump on this is a little bit enthusiastic. It does kind of spray everywhere. So if you are going to use this consistently, you might want to decant it into another pump bottle that you have on hand just to make it easier to use. But for me, for the price point, I think this is absolutely stunning. And one of my favourite Bakuchiols are the one that I reach for most frequently in terms of my skincare routine. I also want to call out the Inculist Bakuchiol Moisturizer. Now, this has a lower concentration of bakuchiol, still going to give really great results, but just in a slightly lower concentration. So you need to be patient to expect to see those results in the long term. This is a fantastic option for people that don't want a separate step in their routine. This combines your moisturizer and your bakuchiol serum in one, apply it at the end of your routine, and you've got that bakuchiol hit, but also that beautiful layer of hydration. I really like this product, and I think it'll work for most skin types, bar the most super oily and acne prone, because again, it might just be a little bit too rich for them. For everyone else, it could be a really nice addition to your routine. Now, when it comes to skincare, I never mind paying a little bit extra to get a little bit extra, and Medik8 are one of those brands that I'm always happy to splurge and invest in. The Medik8 Bakuchiol Peptides is a fantastic, fantastic serum. Yes, it's a little bit more bougie, luxury, and extra in terms of the price point than some of my other recommendations, but you totally get some additional value in terms of that formulation. So in this product, you have the bakuchiol in a relatively high concentration. Again, just going to deliver a quicker turnaround in terms of results. But you also have some beautiful peptides in here as well. This is going to be a powerful combination for plumping out the skin, reducing the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, but also helping to tackle and fade any discoloration that you might have in the skin. I found with this serum, more so than any of the others, you get that quick win. You definitely see an instant transformation in the skin in terms of that plumping and the more smooth and hydrated that you get from it. But also, you're going to get those long-term results in terms of the bakuchiol as well. One of my absolute holy grail favourites. I said earlier in the video, it's absolutely fine to use bakuchiol and retinoids in the same skincare routine. If you don't want to have two separate products and you really want to just get the benefits of both in one, I would reach for the Paula's Choice Retinol 0.3% plus bakuchiol. Such a great product. This takes a mid-strength retinoid, but dials up the benefits you're going to get from it without also increasing the side effects by adding that hit of Bakuchiol too. Such a fantastic product in a really nice creamy formulation that hydrates as well as providing all that anti-aging benefit. Versed do a very similar formulation with their pressed reset, which again, mid-strength retinoid, also with that hit of Bakuchiol. I'd say side by side, the Paula's Choice one is probably better for people that want that advanced element of anti-aging, whereas the Versed one is better for beginners to the anti-aging skincare routine, but either will work fantastically and kind of harness the benefit of both of these fantastic ingredients. An element of me thinks, why should we have to choose? If we can tolerate both Bakuchiol and retinoids, why not use them both in a skincare routine? And having them formulated together in these products is just a win-win-win, ding 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 in my book. Hopefully in this video I've explained what Bakuchiol is, how you can use it in your skincare routine, who would most benefit from it, and ultimately which are the best Bakuchiol products on the market. I definitely think if you're struggling to incorporate a retinoid into your routine, don't give up completely. Just switch to a Bakuchiol and know that in the long term you'll get very similar outcomes but without the redness, the peeling, the irritation. Definitely consider, if you're not using your retinoid every single day, maybe using a Bakuchiol on the off days, just again to dial up the power and the intensity of the anti-aging skincare in your routine. Hopefully this video has ironed everything out and explored it all in a little bit more detail, and wherever you are in the world guys, stay safe, stay well and love your skin. Take care. Bye.